September 15th was National Concussion Awareness Day. Now, if you weren't previously aware of that, chances are you didn't do anything special in honor of the occasion. For me, that was not the case. In my roles as both a chiropractic sports physician and a video blogger, I spent much of last month doing the best I could to educate my friends, family members, patients, Facebook followers, YouTube subscribers and viewers, and the general public about the importance of concussion awareness. The truth is, whether they're sports related or not, we always need to take concussions very seriously. Of course, in the year 2017, when we hear the word concussion, most of us typically think of what sport? Yes, football. It is true that tackle football players are at risk of suffering concussions. There's no doubt about it. I recently read an article on Facebook a few nights ago by a Chicago Tribune reporter who went so far as to say, quote, letting your kids play tackle football is starting to carry the same stigma as letting your kids smoke cigarettes, end of quote. I'm not sure that I can fully agree with what he said, but I'll admit a statement like that definitely gets everyone talking about concussions in football. Isn't that what concussion awareness is all about, though? Getting as many folks as possible to actually have a conversation about concussions. So in honor of National Concussion Awareness Day last month, I released the first 5 episodes of my new concussion awareness video series on YouTube. I was also interviewed by Dr. Barbara Eaton of Alaska on her Facebook Live show on National Concussion Awareness Day as well. I had an article published in the Virden and Girard newspapers, my local small town papers, about the work that I've been doing with concussion awareness. I blogged about it too, and I've helped to increase awareness of concussions by posting several things to stimulate discussion of concussions on my personal Facebook timeline as well as in different closed Facebook groups that I'm a member of. The response has been somewhat overwhelming. I've had dozens of people from the ages of their late teens up through their late 50s reach out to me about their own experiences, either themselves or a close family member or friend, as it pertains to dealing with either an acute concussion, a series of multiple concussive episodes, or even the more chronic manifestation, which we call post-concussion syndrome. And the surprising thing is that many of these concussions had nothing at all to do with the sport of football. One young lady who reached out to me was a very competitive high school and college soccer player. She said it wasn't unusual for her to head a soccer ball at least 2,000 times per season. She suffered well over a dozen concussions from either heading the ball or colliding with goaltenders. Finally, at age 20, she began having seizures due to all the concussions she'd suffered and was forced to give up soccer, the sport she loved. Thankfully, a fellow chiropractor was able to help her with both her post-concussion syndrome symptoms and her seizures. So much so that she's now studying to become a chiropractor herself. I've also had several older former hockey players who have reached out to me. Many of them are still dealing with the after effects of concussions up to 10 to 15 years after their last one. One patient of mine reported 7 concussions earlier in life just from falling off of horses from when she was big into horse riding. A college baseball coach contacted me and told me his team had 3 players get concussed during the very same game last season. But it's not just sports. Several people contacted me reporting concussions after car wrecks, workplace injuries, or after falls in their home, yard, or down a step or two, as well as from slipping on the ice in the winter. So concussions can happen to any of us. As a doctor of chiropractic, I'm blessed to be able to help many concussion and post-concussion syndrome sufferers with low-force chiropractic spinal adjustments, since I usually find one or two vertebrae in the neck misaligned in such cases. Acupuncture and far infrared therapy can both be incredibly helpful too, I've found. And although it's contraindicated in cases of acute concussion, cold laser therapy can work absolute wonders for post-concussion syndrome sufferers. In closing, let's always remain aware of the fact that concussions can and do happen. When they do, it's of utmost importance that we take them seriously. That way, they can be properly diagnosed in a timely fashion, and the patient can be promptly treated by either chiropractic, acupuncture, far infrared therapy, or other means. Thank you for watching.